Job 15:21. A dreadful sound is in his ears, in prosperity the destroyer shall come upon him. Being we are about to redeem our interest in the developed world. Please be very serious. The last thing anybody wants in the middle of all their actually daily don't fall in that percentage that self-eliminates. Protect you interest and your place in the future by aligning with Global Magnitsky Gross Human Rights Violations Abuse and Accountability Act. They ultimately ruled the afflicted poor to be gross victims of human trafficking in Global Magnitsky Gross Human Rights Violations Abuse and Accountability Act. Gross victims of human trafficking are illegal to not relieve sufferers. The court found that the poor afflicted sufferers to being tormented to death, though the court ruled since they were tormented to death the court raised tormented to tortured, which is the designation of the individuals in that so classed by the World Court in Brussels at The Hague. Gross sufferers are illegal to not assist. Now a few verses from our sponsor Job 20:10. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. Proverbs 29:7. The righteous consider wrath the cause of the poor, but the wicked regardeth not to know it. Proverbs 31:8-9. Open thy mouth for the dumb in the cause of all such as are appointed to destruction. Open thy mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. Jeremiah 22:16. He judged the cause of the poor and needy, then it was well with him. Was not this to know me? Saith the Lord. Job 29:16. I was a father to the poor, and the cause which I knew not I searched out. 1 Timothy 1:16. Howbeit for this cause I obtained mercy, that in me first Jesus Christ might shew forth all long suffering, for a pattern to them which should hereafter believe on him to life everlasting. Isaiah 51. Therefore hear now this, thou afflicted, and drunken, but not with wine. Thus saith thy Lord the Lord, and thy God that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground, and as the street, to them that went over. Psalm 66:12. Thou hast caused men to ride over our heads, we went through fire and through water, but thou broughtest us out into a wealthy place. For the Lord shall rise up as in Mount Perazim, he shall be wroth as in the valley of Gibeon, that he may do his work, his strange work, and bring to pass his act, his strange act. By this therefore shall the iniquity of Jacob be purged. And this is all the fruit to take away his sin, when he maketh all the stones of the altar as chalkstones that are beaten in sunder. The groves and images shall not stand up. Then did I beat them small as the dust before the wind, I did cast them out as the dirt in the streets. Isaiah 51:20. Thy sons have fainted, they lie at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in a net, they are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God. Psalm 76. Thou art more glorious and excellent than the mountains of prey. The stout-hearted are spoiled, they have slept their sleep, and none of the men of might have found their hands. When God arose to judgment, to save all the meek of the earth. Selah. Vow, and pay unto the Lord your God, let all that be round about him bring presents unto him that ought to be feared. Hebrews 11. Quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of weakness were made strong, waxed valiant in fight, turned to flight the armies of the aliens. They were stoned, they were sawn asunder, were tempted, were slain with the sword, they wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, tormented. Of whom the world was not worthy they wandered in deserts, and in mountains, and in dens and caves of the earth. And these all, having obtained a good report through faith, received not the promise, God having provided some better thing for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. Proverbs 1:31. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. 1 Samuel 2:8. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory.